Today, some of your favorite girls from America's Next Top Model are revealing some of the darkest secrets of their lives, things that they have never talked about before. And these top models, like millions of other young women, have some shocking stories of abusive boyfriends and even of rapes that they have kept hidden for years. And later, the winner of Top Models Cycle 8, Jasleen, is going to reveal a stunning secret that even I did not know. Please welcome from America's Next Top Model, Cycle 10, Dominique. So, Dominique, on Top Model, you were the girl that was very opinionated, this big personality. People got a lot of laughs enjoying watching you and a lot of joy seeing you take beautiful pictures. But there's something else that was going on in your past that we did not know about. And it was an abusive boyfriend. So tell me about that. Tell everybody about that.
Well, when I was 19 years old, I was getting out of an old relationship that wasn't really abusive, just wasn't working. And, you know, I guess I was looking for love. I was wanting a family. I was wanting to feel like somebody could love me more than I guess I love myself.
You didn't love yourself then?
No. You know, I think I was wanting somebody to prove to me, to show, so I could show myself that, hey, you know what, Dominique, you can love you too. You know, just wanting so much that I wasn't giving myself. So at 19, I got caught up. And in the beginning, it's never abusive. In the beginning, it's fun.
Happy and good.
It's happy and good.
So you moved in with him in 3 months. You guys moved in together. And when is the first time that he hit you? Do you remember the first time?
The abuse, the physical abuse, really didn't get started till I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. And it started out with, you know, talking rough to me, you know.
What type of stuff would he say to you?
You know, just call me, you know, or, you know, it was just the words that slipped out of his mouth that you never thought, you know, a man that loves you would say to you.
Take me back to the day when he punched you in the head and you blacked out.
I found pictures in his phone of other women, and it was very racy images. And I just remember I was like 8 months pregnant, and I was going through a really hard time when I was pregnant because I almost died.
It's okay, come on.
And I was just really wanting to hold on to life. I was trying to really hold on. I was trying to make it with my baby, my first child. And I just remember him just turning it and reversing it on me. And I just remember him on top of me, and he just like punched me on in the back of my head. And he was like
8 months pregnant?
Yes, and he was punching me in my back and spitting on me and just calling me a and everything else. And it was just really hard. And when you're pregnant and you're trying to make it work, and, you know, at the same time, I don't know, like, you know, what's going to happen with my pregnancy because I was so ill. I was just trying to hold on to life. That's all I could think about. It wasn't necessarily so much the abuse. Golly, why is he doing this to me? But I wanted to hold on to the life that I was carrying.
So what are you thinking when a man is beating you? What's going through your mind? Are you in your head?
In my mind,
your body?
It's like, when I blacked out, it's like, oh my God, I'm going to die. Because it's like, you know what? At that point, the only thing that's left in you is to fight back. And where that goes is very scary. I knew that, you know, it was getting to the point where it's either me or him.
That you were going to kill him?
Well, it was getting to the point where I had to, either I was going to die or I was going to protect myself. What am I going to do?
Tell me, after you had the baby and there was another incident, you were holding your daughter, you had the baby, and what happened when you were holding your daughter that day?
You know, she was really small. I just remember him coming up to me. You know, he wanted to go out, and I was just wondering.
She's adorable.
Thank you. I was just wondering, you know, like, why don't you want to stay home with, you know, us and the family? You know, he always liked to be out all hours of the night, never would want to come home. And I just remembered him just punching me in my face while I was holding my child and just spitting on me and just saying such mean...
He punched you in... Wait, let's slow down. He punched you in your face?
In my face.
You were holding your baby?
While I was holding my baby. And the fact that he could do this in front of my child, I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing to myself? What am I doing to my child?
And his child.
And his child.
Yeah.
But most of all, it was like the things that I'm struggling with right now, I just do not want to see my daughter going through the same battles eternally, trying to find her self-esteem, dealing with all these issues.
Because that wasn't the only time that he endangered the child.
It was just a thing of just, I don't even remember what the argument was. A lot of times it was just him creating a different scenario. And he just threw the lamp at me, and it landed on her car seat. And if her little handle wasn't up, it would have hit her. And it's these things that we don't think about, you know. Now that I have this child, I care so much more for my baby.
You left him?
Yes.
And then one day you saw him in a restaurant, and he was your ex-boyfriend.
It was like over a year.
Over a year. You guys ended up getting into a fight in the parking lot. And tell me what he did to you.
He punched me in my face, and he was spitting on me. He was hitting me in my back. He busted my tooth, and it cracked all the way up to the root, and like a chunk of my tooth just fell out.
Wow. Dominique's mother, Delon, is here with us today. Did you know your daughter was going through all of this? Hi.
No, not at the time. I wasn't aware that she was being physically abused. I thought she was being emotionally abused because he had isolated her, and so I felt like he was really manipulative.
Yeah.
There was a lot of emotional abuse.
And as a mom, you feel helpless because here's your daughter.
Yes.
You know, you were her mother, and you were supposed to protect her, but when a child is like, I'm in love and this is what I'm doing, it is a helpless feeling for you.
It's very hard. I mean, my heart was broken, but then I said, you know what? What doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
Yep.
And at that point, I just provided a safe place for her to have evolution and exploration of herself. And she did. And finally, she came home, and that was it.
Now, you did this order of protection because he threatened to kill your family.
Yes.
And there were certain things that you did, and I think this is amazing. You went into mama protect mode.
Oh, honey, yeah. He said he was going to kill me and take me out. So I called the police every time that he would say that, and it must have happened about 50 times.
Wow.
And so then I got an order of protection until 2011.
And then tell us the things that you started. You started carrying things.
Okay, I took a class to carry a pistol. I started packing. I had steel toe boots. I carried daggers. I had mace. I had pepper spray. And I was ready for the moment. I wasn't worried about going to jail because I figured I might have a ministry for prison. But at that point, I was ready to defend my daughter at any means possible. And it wasn't to suffer and die, but to live. And I wanted my grandchild and my daughter to be safe. So I took the power back, you know. And at that point,
prepared yourself to protect yourself,
yes,
but at the same time did not go crazy and knock on his door and do something to him, because then we'd all be up under the jail, and that wouldn't be right either.
Right.
We'll be right back.